Hi, so today Alex and my cameraman, we are doing a school project on kitchen chemistry. So we will be posting several videos on how different foods work. Today we're doing jelly, I've just got this, and it's how jelly turns from liquid to solid. So before we start, I'm going to tell you what I've got. A big bowl, a little measuring cup thing, a fork to mix, and obviously my jelly, a kettle, and that's roughly it. I'll quickly explain how it works. So from the way that jelly turns from liquid to solid. So when the hot water is added, the jelly crystals, which is in this little packet here, the jelly crystals will melt, which will create a liquid. Then once they're put in the fridge and they've been cooled for roughly about 8 hours, they will turn hard. Okay, so the ingredients are sugar and gelatin, also flavour and colour. We're mainly focusing on the sugar and gelatin today. So the sugar is to make it sweet, and the gelatin is to make it thick and to hold together. So with the gelatin, so it's solid when it's at a low temperature because, well, that's just how it works. And it's opposite when it's high, so when it is at a high temperature, it's very liquidy. Also, it's brittle when it's dry. It's also got protein, and when you add water, it combines with the protein to make it softer, so that's the gelatin combined with the protein. Also, when hot water is dissolving, so the hot water will dissolve the sugar, and the gelatin as well. Makes the gelatin soft, and it will react with the gelatin, and when it sets cool. So other things like this that will be hard when they're at low temperature, soft at high, is like chocolate, ice cream. So they're the two edible things, and then two things that aren't edible is wax and also plastic. Anyway, let's get to it. So I'm just going to boil the kettle. So yeah, I'm just using aeroplane jelly. Also, always read the instructions before going ahead and making your jelly, because otherwise it may not work out well. Just got my directions on this side. So I'm going to open up my packet and read the instructions. So it says, empty the contents of the packet into a bowl. Add 1 cup of boiling water. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And as I've already explained with the jelly crystals, so now that I've got my boiling water, I need 250 millilitres, which is the top line. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. There we go. So that's exactly the amount that I need. Now I'm going to pour this into the bowl, and you can see it turning colour. Just going to put this back here. I've also got a fork to mix it up. Before I do though, I'm going to read the instructions. So you have to dissolve it well, so stir. So maybe better with a spoon, because, so I'm just going to use a teaspoon. So I can smell the jelly. Obviously you can't. That'd be really good to be able to smell on camera. Anyway, so once I've completed stirring, you can tell that you finished stirring because when you're stirring you can feel like the grit at the bottom of the bowl. You can also ever so slightly see it, and when I do that you can kind of see. You can also see the jelly consistency. So that's still just dissolving. Just waited a couple of more seconds. It should be completely dissolved. Okay. Now what am I meant to do? Let's see. So I have to add 200 millilitres of cold water. So it won't actually be going straight to its normal jelly if you haven't ever made jelly before, because even though it's now a bit more cool, it doesn't go hard straight away. So what I'm now going to do is go ahead and put this straight in the fridge. So let's go. Also make sure you don't spill it on yourself, because that will be very hot. Okay, so that will take roughly about 8 hours in the fridge. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Meanwhile, I'm just going to show you how it is, what it looks like. I've just drawn a picture here. So when it's solid, this is what it looks like. So these are the molecules, and I don't quite remember this, but I'm pretty sure molecules are made of atoms, rather. So the molecules are connected together, so when they're solid, they're very tight, which is connected. Then with liquid, they're close together, but they're not connected, so they can move around. And then with gas, they're really not close to each other at all, so they aren't connected. So think of this as solids, so they're like this. So just pretend that these are our solids. So, because you can tell that they're solids because they're very tight. Whereas if they were to be liquids, they might say be like that. Don't know if you can see how they're kind of separated. If they were gas, they would probably be like that. So yeah. We'll tell you and show you later what our jelly looks like when it's completely done. Thank you. Okay, so the jelly is now completely set, we hope. You can actually see some bubbles here from some of the science, which I've already explained. Anyway, let's see how it's worked. That looks pretty good. Alice, do you want to get your spoon?
You can go around the same size as Elizabeth. There's one, no, there's one there you want to use.
Are we allowed to have a bite? Come on, let's try it.
Have a bite each. Alex, look, go around the other side, you don't spill it.
Alex, I need you. Don't. Alex.
Pretty good, actually. And it's nice and set. So there you go. This is completely set, yummy jelly, made from me. With the kitchen science.